And now sports with Chris Duerr from the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Sports Desk.
And tip top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final on the most glorious Football Friday weather night perhaps ever. Thank you, Rich Kane. Job well done, good sir.
Week 2 of the season, hotter than most in terms of tremendous matchups, both near and far, including a bounce-back opportunity tonight for the Hannibal Pirates.
They were indeed in St. Charles, Missouri tonight, trying to bounce back from that loss to a really good Elias squad tonight. Yes, indeed. What a night tonight for Jeff Geschwinder's crew. Started with some defense in this one. Check it out. Aiden Scott, Caleb Grimsley going to meet at the quarterback, and that's a quarterback sack. And that would set up this. Mike Ferreira doing what he does. Through the big hole, 20-yard rumble for the big fella. He had 127 on the night, but he's not done. This was bigger. Next play, again, Ferreira, this time from 41 yards away, and Mike is a Ferrari. Ferreira in for the score. It's 6-0 at that point. And how about Waylon Anders doing what he does, being resourceful and clever? And yes, that's a really cool two-point conversion and a great pool for him. Next drive for the Pirates, it's Mr. Anders finding Darian Washington. 2 R's in Darian. I remember, good stuff from the speedster right there. And then Mr. Ferreira is going to punch it in from 2 yards out to cap the drive. Hannibal now leading 14-0 at this point. Big play time now for Hannibal. Anders going to roll out, use that great passing touch of his, and with a cannon shot finds Landon Essig right here. We talked about Landon in the preseason. He is an unsung weapon and a good one. First play of the second quarter now. Anders to Ben Worthington. It's 21-0 Pirates, and they just keep having fun in this one. More from Darian Washington. Remember the name, the speedster, so much fun. He's going to take the pitch, hit the switch, make a few defenders miss, and break off the big run right here. And that, my friends, would set up Mr. Ferreira for his 3rd touchdown of the game, short yardage style. It's 29-0 at this point. Next drive, Hannibal gets to Mr. Ferreira again. Hard-fought 20-yard run right here. Then Anders is going to fire a bullet up to Carter Reed, who's going to rack up big yak after the catch in this one. Sets up Anders to Cade Hoskins for the touchdown, 36-8. Hannibal never looks back, looks good in the win tonight, 57-8 in the favor of the Pirates, heading into a huge showdown at Troy Buchanan next week. Speaking of Hannibal, Mark St. Clair, former Hannibal head football coach, Hall of Famer, now coaching Bowling Green, looking for his 200th career victory tonight at the expense of Palmyra, who comes in off the biggest win, the neatest upset of last week with that win at Hallsville. 3 plays deep into this one. It's Easton Orff. Easton promises, if you will, 48 yards. What a run for him. Remember, over the course of the last 2 seasons, Hannibal has averaged 1 touchdown every 5 plays. That's insane. Good stuff right there. The defense set the tone. This is why Aiden Grody is an all-stater. First play from scrimmage, tackle for 7 yards lost at that point. Then it's Oliver Niemeyer, the other big tight end, showing out on the defensive side as well with the interception for him, and that's going to set up this little Dane Dunn short yardage action. He had 165 yards rushing last week. Man, he was good from short yardage there. More defense. This time it's Michael Orff with the tackle for loss, and then just ridiculous offensive production tonight from Bowling Green. Easton Orff, his first touchdown run, 48 yards. This one, 48 yards. And how about this? I think you may see this in Sensational 7. How about Dane Dunn from 85 away? I'll tell you what, this kid's got some speed to him, and you are going to watch the entirety of this as Bowling Green continues to do Bowling Green-like things, put up ridiculous football arcade-style numbers. 58-12, your final in this one in favor of the Bobcats. Also in the EMO conference tonight, Mark Twain, a hard luck loser at home to Salisbury, 10-8. Van Far is state-ranked and looking every bit of it tonight with a blowout win over Russellville. How about this? Put up 66 on the board on Russellville. Man, the Indians are good. Louisiana tonight with a loss at Crystal City. Check in on South Shelby, Ben.
Yeah, we head to Charles Rash Field as South Shelby was taken on West Strand earlier tonight. South Shelby looking to go 2-0 on the Southeast. 4th down is where we start. South Chase Mullering, he's going to throw a dot to Peyton Hederaton, and we see some toe tapping for the 1st down. That keeps the drive moving. Then a couple plays later, South's Gabe Bowen shows the Cardinals' toughness. He barrels in, and that makes it a 34-point ball game. This one all South Shelby so far. They're flexing their muscles early on. Then Drayden Black, going to get the tip off the picked ball and give the Cardinals the ball right back. Defense having a night as well. Cardinals make them pay with a nice run by Preston Elson. Won't be denied running it in for 6. He had 115 yards in the first half as South Shelby scored 60+ for the second week in a row. They go on to beat Western in this one by an astounding 62-0, the final score. Now we're going to head to Clark County versus Harrisburg going on tonight as well. Harrisburg, we jump to the second half. They're up 2 points to start the second half, and then we'll soon add 6 more to that not long after. Let's take a look at Caleb Sager diving in for the Bulldog touchdown. Look at that effort to get in, and they are feeling a spark. And then we look at Clark County now, and it's going to be Chance Webster who goes on to take the snap for Clark County. And once he does, he's going to rumble and stumble for a big gain. Look at the blocks there as well, but also would not be denied all the way to out of bounds and dives to that pylon. Harrisburg will then go on to get the ball back not long after. And we're going to go right back to Caleb Sager. Finds a lane rumbling all the way to Pater. And we're going to eventually see another Bulldog score, as this one was not really all that close. Harrisburg goes on to win it. They win this one at 28-6, your final score over Clark County.
Elsewhere in the Clarence Cannon Conference are non-conference games involving CCC teams. Highland tonight loses to Scotland County. I think Kurt Stott's team is for real. We got highlights of that one coming your way tomorrow in the big overtime show. Monroe City jumped out huge on the road tonight at Moco and just never relented. Good stuff in this win for the Monroe City Panthers. They bounce back from the loss to Valley Catholic, win 58-18. Also tonight, Hallsville falls to Centralia. Centralia bounces back from the loss to Mexico nicely. North Callaway jumps all over Macon. Final count in this one sees North Callaway win big time, 18-7. Also, 8-man football. Again, highlights coming your way tomorrow on the overtime show. North Shelby all over Sweet Springs tonight, 70-16. We'll show you that one. Knox County gave it a go at trying to come back and beating Plattsburgh, but Plattsburgh was too strong in the end, finished off a 68-32 win. Paris is for real, kids. Do not doubt the Coyotes. Monster win for them tonight. 44-0, gave up just 113 yards of total offense. The Coyotes getting it done. All right, shortened highlights from Quincy Notre Dame and Quincy High School tonight. We apologize for video issues, but here we go. Raiders needing a big win tonight over Richmond Burton, trying to bounce back, and man, was Jack Cornell's team impressive. How about Hunter Schuckman to the air? Going to hook her up right here with Jack Brenner. We talked about how good he was in the preseason. He's pretty good in the regular season as well. Big pickup sets the wheels in motion for Oliver Triplett, who's going to splash home Quincy Notre Dame with a most impressive victory tonight. What a win for them. 22-10. Again, I apologize for the shortened highlights. Had a little video issue, but we managed to salvage these. We also had to salvage some from Quincy High. Talked about how good Ben Schulp is. He's a terror. Look at the quarterback sack right there, off the edge, unblocked. This kid might be one of the best linebackers in our area, and you see how forceful and dynamic it is. Blue Devils going to their offense right now, making some things happen, and they would turn to Jaraeus Rice, and why would you not? Division I talent, great speed. He's got the whole shooting match in his arsenal, and you give him a running lane like that, Jaraeus is going to take off. I can't believe he got caught, although he did get kind of stuck on the sideline there. Not really his fault. That is a huge pickup. Sets the wheels in motion for Braden Little to go to work. He's going to hook up with Tykel Hammers. That short little screen game is so good for the Blue Devils. Hammers with a big pickup, and that's going to set up Jaraeus Rice yet again. He's going to splash at home, and Quincy High gets the win tonight, 42-13 going away in this one. In the WIVC tonight, the game everybody was talking about, I was dead wrong on this one. Hats off to Aaron Elmore. Central beaten by Hardin Calhoun, 14-13. Man, the Warriors are for real and the deal. Elsewhere tonight, Greenfield Northwestern jumps all over Unity Payson. Route Catholic bounces back and bounces back big with a nifty win tonight at the expense of North Green. Pleasant Hill is on the board with a victory tonight as they get the win over Beardstown. It was Carrollton beating Triopia 20-6, and West Central 2-0 in the season and really good defensively, beating Brown County 10-2. Tell us about the Macomb Bombers, my friend.
Yeah, Bombers hosting Knoxville tonight. This game moved quickly because there was not a ton of scoring early and there was not a ton of passing early. Let's start late in the first. Macomb's Alex Brown there for the tackle for the loss. However, Knoxville would go on to score on the drive, and they led 7-0 after one. Once again, a very quick first quarter, but then Drake May takes over on back-to-back plays for Macomb. First, that stop in the backfield. He's right there to clean that up. And then very next play, a fumbled exchange. Knoxville gets back on it, but May is there to help clean it up. Nice back-to-back couple of plays for the DB for Macomb. Now let's get to that Macomb offense. It was all ground and pound coming right here. Check out Drew Watson just refusing to go down on this play. 3 broken tackles, maybe even more that I couldn't count, and then you tack on 15 more yards on a face mask. That gets Macomb moving. Then Braden Holthaus won it in on the fun. He reverses field the quarterback, going to take off and get the Bombers offense on the move, ever so slightly approaching the red zone. And then it's back-to-back plays for Holthaus on the run, this time going to the opposite side of the field. Not as much reversing this time, but he does take off and use those legs to get the Macomb offense inside the 10 out of bounds. Once again, this drive was all on the ground for Macomb. I don't even think they threw a pass on their way to a touchdown, and here is that touchdown because the drive is capped off on the ground by Malachi Conley. Does the honors to tie the game at 7. Then Macomb goes on to win a close one, 22-19, the final there. Then Illini West with the camo jerseys. They're going against Elmwood Brimfield tonight, starting the second half. Chargers down 14-12. It starts with a bang. We're starting with a kickoff, and that's because it's a big one. Nick Johnson back there to receive, and he gets up towards that sideline for Illini West and runs it all the way inside the Elmwood Brimfield 30 by the time he's tackled out of bounds. However, the drive would stall as we get to a 4th down play. Heck of a job by Ethan Carly just to escape a couple of tackles. He survives, but then is eventually sacked, and not much better from there for Illini West. They go on to lose big in this one as they don't score in the second half. 42-12 would be your final score.
Other scores quickly. West Hancock falls to Farmington tonight. It was Monmouth United, no match for Rushville Industry. Also on the docket tonight, Elmwood Brimfield, as we told you, lost to Illini West. Jacksonville jumps all over Eisenhower tonight. Huge win for them. Pittsfield with an upset of the night, 14-7 over Athens. A couple of 8-man games coming your way tomorrow. Also, on the Iowa docket, Keokuk loses, Central Lee wins, Fort Madison falls tonight. So a rough night on all 3 fronts for Southeast Iowa, except for Central Lee doing good work. Western Illinois, speaking of rough nights, loses at Indiana 77-3. Quick, some highlights from volleyball, Ben. Western Illinois.
Western Illinois versus South Dakota State. Kennedy Adair is going to get things started for Western Illinois, as goes on to score the point with a nice tap right there. Then we get to the setter dump on the way by Maggie Kraker. And once again, Western Illinois trying to take this one. We continue on with Elizabeth Ziegler. Scores another point right there, and then we're going to get back-to-back by Kiana Cruz. However, the Leathernecks fall in this one. They'd go on to lose 3-2.
At the Suns Classic tonight, Illini West trying to play its way into the championship bracket, taking on Payson in the early game, and Reagan Reed was dominant early, and so was Illini West, as they would get the job done tonight. Back-to-back points from Miss Reed gets it started. They never look back. Illini West wins in 2 tonight to punch their ticket to the championship bracket. We'll see them tomorrow. We'll see Rushville Industry, who was a winner today, as they end up beating Western in straight games to go to the championship bracket. And the host team, Southeastern, is headed to the championship bracket as well.